If today you hear God's voice, harden not your hearts. The encounter with Jesus for the woman at the well could have gone much differently than it did. The woman could have taken offense to Jesus, asking for water, speaking about her wanton ways, and generally asking for her to accept him as a Christ through the little interactions that they had. The woman expected going to the well just to get water, and it went completely different. So much so that she leaves the bucket after encountering Jesus, not even bringing home the water she originally went to retrieve. She is Jesus' chosen instrument in bringing about the conversion of the whole Samaritan town, where many Israelites refused to believe. While if she took offense, maybe nothing would have happened, and the encounter would not have been an experience of God's love and mercy for these people. As we move towards the third week of Lent, the Te Deum focuses on, Lord, show us your love and your mercy, for we have put our trust in you. This love and mercy we have a chance to encounter here today in this Mass, whether you're here or not. We would have never expected this to take place a month ago. With the coronavirus closings and many changes, it's just more than we could imagine, and we're adapting to the best of our ability by the grace of God, trying to act in prudence and make decisions for your good and the good of his church. We weren't expecting any of this. Honestly, I feel a little like Moses in the first reading, a little bit more and the people will stone me. Not me specifically, but the staff, the flack that we've received in what we're trying to do. We need God's love and mercy here, not anger and frustration. Are we offended by the changes that took place, or do we allow Jesus into this encounter and let him rule the day? Do not let your emotions of anger, frustration, sadness, or fear prevent this encounter in your homes and in your hearts. I want to speak today about two of everyone's favorite virtues, patience and obedience. Yeah, I know, right? Not really, but these are good virtues, I promise. The saints link these two virtues with love and humility. St. Teresa of Avila says, "Let nothing perturb you, nothing frighten you. All things pass. God does not change. Patience achieves everything." So no one disagrees that patience is good, but we often struggle with how to have patience. Patience is often we recognize when we don't have patience, but we don't necessarily look to the root of why we're being impatient. And this is what's necessary to root out. Is it pride, which is our first parent's sin, the turning away from God, the recognition that they need to wait on the Lord and not on their own ambitions and wants and desires? Obedience perfects patience, and it's also one of the evangelical counsels, one of the three that helps lead us focus on Jesus Christ. And yes, you haven't taken a promise of obedience like Father Mike and Deacon Mike and myself, but we are all called to obey just authority if they don't conflict with our morals. This obedience is from a just authority, a hope and wish to protect, to guide, to prevent the spread of the disease. And both the state and the bishop, and though it's hard to take, don't go against our morals. If you want to see a great passage in the Bible on Jesus' obedience, read Philippians 2. Jesus shows us true obedience, who is God, who we're called to follow as his disciples. Jesus is the life-giving water, foreshadowed in the water from the rock in our first reading, as well as from Jesus' own word in the gospel. We have received this life-giving water from Jesus, and though we cannot receive it right now as we would like, we can receive it spiritually. St. John Vianney said, "When we feel the love of God growing cold, let us instantly make a spiritual communion. When we cannot go to the church, let us turn toward the tabernacle. No wall can shut out from the good God. No wall can shut us out from the good God. Because of obedience and just authority, we may not receive as we would like, but God is bigger than our wants. He does not meet us in our need. He always meets us in our need, if not our wants. If today you hear God's voice, harden not your hearts."